What is happening? Hope everyone is doing well. We have a Starbucks Grande Blonde Latte. I want to chat about automate, delegate, remove. Today, I want to chat about mindset. Today, I want to chat about becoming a lifelong learner. Today, we are talking about sales processes. So we're going to entitle these live sessions Coffee with Cody. What is happening? We are back, and we're back at it again with another episode of Coffee with Cody. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Thank you for tuning into another episode. Super excited to chat about something that, I come with so much energy to these Coffee with Codys, but really today's conversation is what to do when you're not feeling it. And I think every once in a while, I go through these spurts where I'm like, have you ever woken up before and been like, man, I don't want to do today. And I think we all have those days. I know I do. Maybe I hope I'm not alone, but every once in a while I'll wake up and just be like, man, I just don't want to do this today. And I just want to chat really quickly about essentially ways that I keep myself inspired and ways that when I'm not feeling it or I'm not in the mood to actually do the thing, whether it be show up to work, how some ways that I've just kind of helped me push through what sometimes feels like I just don't want to do this. And the first thing that I want to go through today, and before we get into that, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to Coffee with Cody. If this is your first time tuning in, really the premise behind these episodes is to provide massive value back to the entrepreneurial community. We're really on a mission to help passionate and energetic entrepreneurs with marketing and mindset knowledge to help them build, grow, and scale their business online. Actually, inside of the Mindset and Business Secrets Facebook group, if you literally go to Studio PTPO, business mindset and marketing secrets, just search it up on Facebook. You can find access to that. We actually changed the name recently because I feel like it just flows so well with everything that we've learned. We spent the last 2 years interviewing entrepreneurs from across the globe, gathering information, and really the goal behind these podcasts is get the information from the people that have it to the people that need it. I spent the weekend on Saturday just reading a book called The Boron Letters, and really it's a copywriting book, but it's storytelling. And I feel like every once in a while when you wake up in the morning and you don't feel it, and part of the reason I want to chat about this today is because it's Motivation Monday. And I think that a lot of people think that, you just have to push yourself into it. I think at the end of the day, consistency is key. But what happens when you just wake up and you just feel kind of blah? What I've been finding recently that has really helped me find inspiration, even in the moments that I don't feel it, is scheduling pattern interrupts. And what I mean by that is throughout my day, something that I realized really quickly, not really quickly, it took me a while to figure this out, of finding different things that kind of break up my day, where they're scheduled in the calendar, but I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do. So generally I like to map out my days and figure out, what am I going to do throughout the day, time blocking, all that good stuff. But every once in a while, I'll go on a drive, and I try to actually schedule this into my day quite often, because I find that scheduling a drive for me allows me to really, put on a different hat, actually think about things differently and do a lot of high level thinking things, and just throw on a podcast and just drive. And the reason that I do that is because it breaks the regular pattern that I am experiencing. And this could be you going on a vacation. This could be you going for a hike, whatever it looks like for you. I really highly encourage you that when you're feeling out of place or you're feeling like just blah, the thing that I do that really works for me is just scheduling pattern interrupts, doing things that I wouldn't normally do, and finding different ways to find inspiration. The second thing that I would highly recommend that you do is read biographies, read history. And this is something that recently I've been really focused on, finding books on history, just to examine, how did people actually overcome, moments, great people, the greats. I'm reading The Boron Letters right now, Gary Halbert. How did he overcome his adversity? What did he do? And I asked, every time I get on podcasts, I generally ask, the person I'm interviewing, how did you shift mindset, or how did you shift perspective in order to keep going when things felt like they were up against you, or the world that was up against you? And we got a lot of really great answers. Recently I had David Meltzer from Sports One Marketing on the podcast, and he gave us some really good insight on mindset. But the biggest thing I would say is read biographies, interview people, get to know what other people do. Like the blueprint is oftentimes there, and they say that success leaves clues. So reading biographies, reading history allows you to understand that there's nothing new under the sun. It's just finding information of things that people have already done and implementing in your own life. And I found that very, very impactful for me. And it's really changed my life. So the first one is schedule pattern interrupts, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's just scheduling in a drive. And really interesting. I'll tell a really quick story. There's a lot of things that are administratively are going on inside the organization right now, inside of Studio PTBO. And, I went for a drive the other day, and I came back from the drive afterwards, and I was thinking about all these different things that are happening in the organization, and we were going to go one direction. And then I kind of quickly decided after this drive that, no, we're going in this direction. We're going to hire an admin assistant who's going to help us do a lot of the administrative tasks that we are just struggling to keep up on. So, when you schedule pattern interrupts, when you schedule things into your calendar that are a little bit different than your regular routine, I find it creates inspiration. And it's finding those places where you find inspiration and putting yourself in those positions a lot more often. I find that's been really impactful for me. The third thing is just getting around people that inspire you. Like there's a list of people that really inspire me that I want to make sure I'm constantly around. I'll give you an example. So he's super busy, but whenever I do lunch with Bob Govro from Govro and Associates, I find that I leave inspired because he is an inspiring person. He's worked with, he works with a ton of entrepreneurs. We have a very similar avatar. He's a client, but he's also a really good friend. So it's getting around people more often that you feel inspired and you leave inspired from that conversation. I find this to be so useful. It's like, and this is part of the reason why I love going to conferences, because I come back from the conferences and I leave inspired. I'm around people that inspired me. They say that you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if that's true, and I believe that to be true, getting around people that inspire you more often and just allowing them that direct channel into your life, I find can be very, very useful. And it's something that I really believe in, getting around people that inspire you. And the last thing that I really have struggled with doing this, but I feel like I'm getting better, is just journaling. I find that when I take the time to actually reflect, and I've chatted a little bit about this over the last little while, is when I take the opportunity, I sit down and I reflect about how I can really just understand how I feel. And that's what I love about journaling. It allows me to reflect on the way that I'm feeling in the moment, the way that I'm feeling about my consistency, the way I'm feeling about my productivity, the way I'm feeling about my biology, about my energy, all these different things. When I sit down and actually journal, and I feel like, and I don't know about you, life can get so busy that when it gets busy and you're just going through the motions, I find for myself that oftentimes I go on autopilot, where literally the last time I really journaled, I use an app on my phone called Day One. It's a journaling app. The last time I journaled was literally 2 weeks ago. And I quickly realized this morning, and as I was thinking about what to do when you're not feeling it, I quickly realized that I've been on autopilot over the last week and a half, because I actually sat down and actually thought about, what it is that I want. And that's my encouragement to you. And that's really the reason why I'm hopping on here today, is take some time, whether it be 15 minutes, whether it be 20 minutes, take some time today to really think about what it is you want, and whether you're tracking towards your mission and your life's purpose. I sit down and I don't do this every day, but I really try to do this on a daily basis. I'm getting better at it. And I'm a lot more conscious of this. It's what is my life's mission? My life's mission, I really thought about this a lot recently, is to really show up every day fully alive, fully present, with exuberant energy and passion. And that's really what I aim to do. And the only way that I can do that is if I actually sit down and actually reflect on how I am being. And really challenged today, because I have my team do this on a daily basis. They do end of day reporting, and they ask themselves the question, did I protect my biology today? And it's I find that oftentimes when we feel like we're not in it, it's because we're on an autopilot. We're not controlling our days. We're not giving ourselves the opportunity to find inspiration. And these are just 4 ways that really reinvigorate me. Scheduling pattern interrupts. And it's recognizing that when you feel that moment of inspiration, when you feel that moment of clarity, it's like putting yourself in that position more often. These are 4 things that really help me define inspiration on a daily and a weekly basis. It's so easy to go on autopilot. I don't know about you. So easy to just drift back into autopilot and just let life take you, or you can choose to take life and actually do it. And that's really, my encouragement today. Those are 4 things that really help me find inspiration, and really 4 things that really have helped me when I'm just feeling out of the game, or I don't feel like I have inspiration, to reinvoke the inspiration, to really reignite the fire and the passion for life. And that's really my encouragement today. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Coffee with Cody. That's all I got for you today. Hope you have a great day. And really, if you're listening back to the podcast on iTunes or Spotify, or if you're listening on Facebook, wherever you're listening to this right now, there's some really my mission is to really impact 1 million entrepreneurs with marketing and mindset knowledge to help them build, grow, and scale their business online, and really just on a mission to help as many entrepreneurs. So if you're not an entrepreneur, share the podcast with them on iTunes or Spotify. Share this on Facebook. It would mean the absolute world to me. I really appreciate all your attention. Thank you so much for tuning in another episode of Coffee with Cody. We will see you soon.